Spirit is getting bought by JetBlue, kind of a twist in the plot. After Frontier was battling in the beginning, we have a new winner. Then more passengers in German airports. Cargo is going down from the numbers. We have passengers who are asking for water. They are called cheap, at least. And other words, maybe selfish, I don't know. It's an article I saw I would like to talk about. Then we have a credit card, which we want to discuss with you. And of course, deal of the zone. The zone deal today is with the Sky Team from Europe to South America. And we do have another topic. It's not just us who are having trouble to reach the airline, it's the crews as well. I give you a story from the United States that you get maybe a little bit of a resilience, that you know that we are not the only victims of airlines. My name is Lars. I'm here to bring you more miles, more points, and more status. Please subscribe, you know the drill. I don't want to repeat it today. The first story we have, of course, is from the airports, and we have a kind of Ministry of Statistik in Germany. It's called Statistisches Bundesamt, and they gave us the numbers for the first 2 quarters of 2022, and they said that, of course, we have to compare it to 2 quarters or first half year where we had no travel in 2021. And all the main airports in Germany had 64 million passengers, 64.4 to be correct. And after the corona bans were lifted, the travel restrictions were lifted, people were traveling 4 times more than before. If you compare it to 2019, of course, the numbers are lower, and then they lost 1/3. 16.3 million passengers alone were taking off or landing on German airports in the month of June. That is impressive. And that is, if you compare it to the same months in 2021, it's a 215.1% increase. Where we have a decrease of 3.4%, that is when it comes to cargo. It went down to 2.5 million tons. Of course, compared to the 4 COVID times, it's even increased by 7.6. Interesting how the Frankfurt Airport, for example, will manage it, because it's shown for all airports, but Frankfurt Airport say we are not anymore checking cargo. We don't handle it. So Lufthansa was forced to go to Munich to handle the cargo operation, which they had in Frankfurt. Maybe they return soon. We will see when they get more staffing. Then we have the big story, which is JetBlue acquired Spirit Airlines, creating a low-fare challenger to the big 4, big 3, I don't know. And when we look at the whole story, we see that the Jet Airways Corporation and Spirit Inc. today announced that their boards of directors have approved a definite merger agreement under which JetBlue will acquire Spirit for $33.5 per share in cash, including a prepayment of $2.5 share in cash payable upon Spirit stockholders, approval of the transaction and ticketing fee of 10 cents per month starting from January 2023 through closing for an aggregate fully diluted equity value of $3.8 billion and an adjusted enterprise value of $7.6 billion. That is impressive. I think that is really impressive. What is your opinion on that? If we get some other numbers, is both airlines offer combined 77 million customers. JetBlue plans to bring JetBlue experience to all aircraft, which in my opinion is paramount, because Spirit, the only thing which Spirit is offering that you don't get spanked during the flight, more or less. So I think it's kind of funny, but the JetBlue experience is necessary. Now you say, hey, why is the airline important for us here in Europe? It is important for us because they're flying already to London from Boston and from New York. And I'm kind of a secret JetBlue fan. You see me sometimes wearing the JetBlue shirts. And what happens when the XLR is coming and they are flying maybe from Boston to Sweden, to Finland, to Denmark, to Germany, to Europe. So be prepared. So we have to get used to this airline. And the acquisition will increase relevance for JetBlue in certain key focus cities, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, San Juan, and Los Angeles, as well as Big Four airline hubs, Las Vegas, Dallas, Houston, Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, and Miami. And of course, it will accelerate JetBlue's organic growth with 1,700 plus X daily flights to more than 125 destinations in 30 countries. And that is based on the schedule of December this year. The combined airline will have 458 aircrafts on a pro forma base and an order book of 300 Airbus aircrafts, which are, of course, more fuel efficient, lower carbon, new engine options. It's the Neos. Other ones you cannot buy anyways anymore. The CO production was stopped. Is there anything else we should tell? No, I think it's too much numbers, too much confusing. We just enjoy that this battle is over and people can now expect a better way of flying in the United States because Spirit is history. The only low-cost area which is there, or ultra low-cost carrier, would be Frontier with the fancy animals on the tail. I did read a piece in a newspaper and it said passengers who ask for water on flights branded cheap and selfish. Crew members said it. And that is something which I think is important as well when crew comes. You see, in Germany, we are suffering strikes. In Sweden, you did suffer a strike from the cockpit. So those people are on strike and having an attitude against us. The next time you want some water on a plane, you may think twice as you may get judged by staff. And it may be worth filling your water bottle up before you get on your flight, unless you want to be harshly judged. There was a Reddit, and like always, the people say flight attendants revealed the big pet pivots in the air's passengers that ask for their water bottles to be refilled. And in a Reddit post, flight crew member said that it's become increasingly common, with one describing these passengers as selfish and cheap. They went on to explain that there's only a certain amount of water on planes. Yeah, sure, but we are not allowed to bring water through the security. And I told yesterday that in Ireland, two airports dropped the restrictions. So, hey, what the heck? I mean, lift it, then I'll bring my own water. I have water bottles, but sometimes I don't want to refill it at airports because the drinking water is with chlorine and it's... Have you been in the lounge and drink Pepsi or Coke with... Pepsi is already a religious problem for me, as I'm praying to Atlanta. Coca-Cola with this chlorine water, it tastes... and so you don't want to have it in your bottle either as just plain water. So the bottled water is an option which I like, and I asked for a bottle in general. But to be talked to as a selfish, cheap, sometimes not nice customer because of just asking for water, I think that is rude in my opinion. And even the call button to use, that is not rude, that is just something... You're a service provider, I'm sorry. You are there for the safety, but you're there for the service as well. That is the old fight we have in the cabin. And I understand that the waters are limited. Lufthansa even took away the bottle in business class. Can you imagine? It returned. But hey, not my fault as a passenger. Comment down there. What is your opinion on the water? Do you think that you are cheapo because you're asking for water? I think that is not okay. As this show is I do this show in German as well. And in German, I introduce at this point a credit card, which is from Eurowings. You maybe in Sweden would be interested in a Eurowings credit card, but it's very hard tough to get one if you are in Sweden and you have no German account. And so it's very difficult to get the card. But what I can do for you is we can get for you in US credit cards. It is a little bit tricky as well. It costs you 1,500 euros approximately because you have to set up a company. But we will guide you through the process. I do not earn anything on that. If you're more interested to know about the credit card and how to get the US credit cards in general or other benefits with the cards involved, down there is a link to my WhatsApp. There's even the link to the free consulting call. Take that one and we can discuss it, and I can help you to get your miles flying away and your status and your bonuses piling up. We started in Germany. We have so-called charging clubs But let me tell you more about that on the call. The next topic is funny as well, because not only we as passengers are sitting in front of the phone on hold for hours. One guy in the SIS Insider Group said, or SIS Eurobonus Insider Group said, that he was a couple of hours waiting for answers. Crew is having the same problems. I'm using, for example, for Air Baltic, I use the WhatsApp function they have for their VIPs. You can just type and they answer quite fast. The same for Finnair, so I appreciate that. And crews are calling their headquarters as well, because they need sometimes help. And help they need, for example, with when they arrive somewhere and there's no pickup arranged, or they need to change something in the schedule. So all these things they have to do, so they have now to wait as well. Flight attendants at United Airlines say they have enough of the situation, and dispute has quickly escalated into a war of words between the Association of Flight Attendants and United Senior Vice President of In-Flight Service, John Slater. So why I'm telling you the story? I'm just telling it to you because be patient. You see, we are not alone. It's for everyone that everyone is suffering at this. And I had the chance to take often with Emirates the crew bus, and I know how the situation is. And it happened that we had to wait for the crew bus there as well. So I think that blaming now someone because Slater has accused the flight attendant union of using long hold times for political opportunism, and there we see that two things. Number one is, of course, that the airlines are treating not the flight attendants or cabin attendants as great as they should be treated, because everybody should be able to make a living from his work. And the other thing is, of course, in my opinion as well, if they are not treated nice, it explains why they are thinking that we are cheap and selfish wallet for the water. Think about it. Comments. Looking forward. Last topic is the deal zone today, and that is an airfare with AirFrance KLM. Today something different. We have SkyTeam, and you can fly from Lisboa to Portugal, which is in Portugal, to Sao Paulo in Brazil. And the price is something which is the most striking, 1,350 euros. There are no restrictions. Only 7 days before departure you have to book the flight. Minimum is 6 days or until the first Sunday after arrival at turnaround. 3 months is the maximum stay. Stopovers in no direction are permitted. And the ticket is not refundable. Reissue and revalidation charge is 300 euros. And of course, fare difference. Be prepared. What we are all about is more miles, more points, more status. And I think it's the first SkyTeam thing I'm launching here. You still get the miles, and it would be 15,344 with Delta. Aerolíneas Argentinas gets you 13,972. Japan Airlines 10,456. Virgin Atlantic only 4,800. China Southern gives you 3,000. Aeroflot even gives you miles. Then we go down. ITA, I'm missing ITA. ITA is not in the system. But when you collect with Flying Blue, you get 4 miles per euro. So that's just to let you know. And anything else? No. Thank you for watching Frequent Traveler TV Takeoff. Remember that we have gatherings coming up. We will have Munich on the 12th. On the 13th, we have Frankfurt. We will have on the, on the 18th or 19th, Helsinki. That will be August, of course. That will be confirmed later, but not too late. I hope that I can confirm it tomorrow. And Stockholm is coming in November. And maybe Stockholm is coming earlier as well. I don't know. And we have Los Angeles in October. So thank you for watching. See you tomorrow for your next episode and your daily dose of more miles, more points, more status. Subscribe, hit the notification button, comment.